Outstanding. So I have two disclaimers before I give my presentation. I have two disclaimers. One, everything I say here is my opinion. If you ruin your business, it's not my problem. Okay. Secondly, I was, and I'm not sure if Sherry knew this, but I have a medical condition. So if I start wandering around the room aimlessly, just bring me back on stage. I have ADOS, which is called Attention Deficit Squirrel. And so I walk around the room randomly. Right? So my talk is completely interactive. It is engaging. And this is going to be a workshop. We're actually going to do things in here. If you want to do them, cool. If you don't, you're still going to get the strategies. I'm going to download everything I know about the speaker business for you. How's that sound? Sound good? Yeah. In return, I need your participation, engagement, and your smiles. Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome. I believe that. I believe proximity is power, and we're sharing energy right now. Yeah. So, by a show of hands, who here is a keynote speaker, has a speaker business? Raise your hand. Outstanding. Put it down. Who here have only done contract training? Raise your hand. Only done contract training. Awesome. Who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? Always somebody. There's like, wait a minute. So a little about me right before we begin. I joined the military in 2001. Been in the Air Force 17 years. I am a TEDx speaker. My talk is called Hack Your Brain for Success. If you want to look it up on YouTube, it's called Hack Your Brain for Success, and how you institute daily principles in your life, daily habits that become your success. I started out my speaking career in 2009. I was a drill instructor for Air Force basic training. I got to scream at people and literally get paid for it. It was amazing. Best job I ever had. I was a drill instructor, taught many classes, got almost 5,000 hours of speaking just in those 4 years. I then transitioned into a master resilience trainer for the military, a suicide awareness trainer, which then got me in contact with an amazing company called Elevate USA, which I trained for. I was their suicide awareness trainer, change management, leadership, and their speaker trainer. So I did that stuff, which was amazing. I learned a lot. That finalized, and then I moved on and built the Success Core. And the Success Core is all about elevating your life by unlocking your true potential. Everybody has potential. I believe that there is a system and a strategy in place. There is no secret to success. Anybody suck at Facebook ads or have never done Facebook ads?
Yeah, bring it.
The platform doesn't suck. You suck. I'll A/B test and like 10 things down the road. I'm like, that's a lot of engagement. And then I'll blast it everywhere. Same thing with LinkedIn. Do some things on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, LinkedIn sucks. It doesn't suck. You suck. So I suck a lot, but I try to figure it out. I live my life by one simple principle. You say yes, and you figure it out. You say yes, and you figure it out. There's a system and a strategy in place for you to obtain success in whatever it is you want. So, ready to get started? Ready to get some strategies?
Yeah.
Give me an oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
When you're building your speaker business, the number one thing that I get asked the most is, where do I find speaking gigs? Where do I find speaking gigs? How do I get booked? What do I got to do? The first thing you have to do is define your message. You have to have a message. And the people that I speak to, I'm like, well, what is the message that you bring? They're like, well, I have the 5 steps to... No, that's not a message. That's content. So you have to say, what is your message? Now I'm talking strictly keynotes, breakouts, speaking at high schools, colleges, like just the speaking business. Okay? You have to have a message. Absolutely have to have a message. So my message for one of my talks, which is called Living Your Brand, is you have the power to say, this is not how my story ends. You have the ability to turn the page and write a new chapter. So what I need you to do today is turn that page, stand up, and write your new chapter today. That's my message. It's an empowerment message. It's delivered to suicide awareness events, resilience events, mental health events, different things like that. Then I have a business strategy talk where I have a complete message for that. Whatever your message is, I call it the red thread. You have to have a red thread that is woven throughout your talk. My red thread right now is the topic of getting booked to speak. And so I'm going to give you systems and strategies throughout that are on that topic. A lot of times we hear a speaker and we're like, where's he going with this? Like, what in the heck is he talking about? And then finally later on the punchline comes and you're like, okay, got it. The message is woven throughout your talk to keep people on pace, to keep people on point, to understand what you're talking about. And then you repeat the message. When you're making your keynote presentation, start with the message. My message for you today is, so that they get the message. Then repeat it at the end. At the end of your talk, as I close, which really doesn't mean anything, but it gives you hope that I'm almost done. Some of y'all get that on the way home. Yeah. My message for you was, and then repeat the message. Because it's the one thing that they're going to take away. What is the one thing that you took away? What is the one thing you took away? Everybody takes away something different from the talk. They're like, oh, that was brilliant. Yes. Somebody else goes, oh, I already knew that. But this thing, right? So everybody's going to take away something different. But the one thing that you want them to take away is your message. What is the message? Okay? The second thing that you have to have is to know who you're talking to. Who am I talking to? So who needs to hear the message of never give up? Who needs to hear that message? Broken people.
Sometimes people that have been incarcerated.
Yes, absolutely. So what I want to do is I want to give her some love for sharing. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to clap once, snap once, and point at her real weird-like, and give her some love and say, you rock. Clap once, snap once, point, and say, you rock. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You rock. I know.
Go Beyonce. Go Beyonce.
Yeah.
Own it.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, I was not expecting that. That was amazing. So yes, those demographic, psychographic, they need to hear that message. High schoolers going into college, college seniors going into corporate, right? This is a marketing summit. I need you to reframe your mind right now. You are not speakers. None of you here are a speaker, trainer, coach, author, nothing. You are a marketer who markets your speaker business, unless you hire it out. You are a marketer who markets your coaching business. You are a marketer who markets your training business. Once you reframe your mindset, you will reframe your entire business and reframe your entire life. Because right now, I've spent 1 hour on this stage. But it's the pre-event stuff that happens behind the scenes that nobody sees. It's the after follow-up event care that nobody sees. Following up with the business cards. You know I'm going to get you an email. We're going to talk.
All
right? Because I got your business card.
Yep.
What am I going to do? What do people do at networking events? They're trying to throw it away. I make sure I email every single person. Right? So it's the pre-event, the event, you're on stage for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Right? But you've done all this work leading up to the event. So you are a marketer who markets your speaker business, your coaching business, your book. You are a marketer at heart, unless, of course, you farm it out or have a VA that does it. So you have to know who you're marketing to. The number one mistake that I see, even marketers, the number one mistake I see is I need to talk to 35-year-old business professionals. I need to talk to women in this particular demographic. I need to talk to men in this demographic. But what about the seasons of life? Are you marketing to newlyweds? Are you marketing to new parents? Are you marketing to incarcerated individuals coming out? Are you marketing to empty nesters who have nothing to do with their life anymore? Like, what do I do? Maybe you want to coach people. Maybe you're an awesome parent and you have some ways that you can coach parents. Maybe they want to start a business, and now that the kids are out of the house, now's the time. That's where the coaches come in. Don't forget the seasons of life. Everybody wants to market to the 35-year-old business professionals, the Silicon Valley people, the coaches and authors or whatever. If everybody is ever on Facebook, somehow like an explosion of, oh, I'm a coach who coaches coaches somehow is all over Facebook.
Yeah.
Never seen this before, ever, until like this year, right? Yes, coaches to coaches, but what do they do? What do they like? Know your audience, right? So once you figure out who you're talking to, so if I have let's say I have a talk that starts out with, who showers with different people every morning? I'm the only one? Nobody here showers with different people every morning? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a party. I shower with somebody different every morning. Why? Because in the shower, I listen to podcasts. You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So I opened it up like, where the hell? And then I said, I listen to podcasts. You're like, oh, I get it. So I listen to podcasts. If I'm going to be talking to a group at an event about podcast, your opening line needs to be something like that. I'm talking to my audience. They understand where I'm going. Right? You're using the jargon or the words that they understand. It's very important to know exactly who you're talking to. That's why I ask questions in my talk. What do you do? Who are you? How many years? Who's doing this? Awesome. And then give them a funny statement. And who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? Everybody laughs. Everybody giggles. The tension goes down because none of you want any of the speakers to fail. And the speaker doesn't want to fail. The event planner doesn't want the speaker to fail. So that fear is pretty much going away as you get comfortable, right? So after you know your audience, the third thing, and most importantly, you need to find out where they hang out. Where does your audience hang out? Do they hang out on social media? Do they hang out at networking events? Do they hang out at PTA meetings? Do they hang out at churches? Where does your ideal audience hang out? Where do they spend the most amount of time? Once you answer these three questions, it reveals a lot. You know what you're going to say. That red thread is woven throughout. The content comes according to the audience. This isn't a canned talk. Everybody knows what I'm talking about by a canned talk? It's the same thing. If you go to an event and the same speaker's there, you've already heard this thing like thousands of times, and it's never different. It's always the same. This talk is not canned. It's specific to you. So once you have your message, once you have the audience, you know who you're speaking to. So in the Success Core, I mentor entrepreneurs, speakers, and business owners. The Success Core is a global entrepreneurship, speaker, and business owners academy. If you want to do any of those three things, you come to the Success Core and we show you how. From people who are actually doing it. You ever been on a webinar and they're like, when I was 5 years old, right, and I did all this, and they go into like this 45-minute presentation, and then at the end it's like, oh, buy my stuff? Yeah, that's not what we do. We give value. We give strategies. We give tips. We're like, hey, do this. Hey, do this. Hey, do this. So now you need to figure out where they're hanging out. So anybody have a amazing LinkedIn? If not, you're already failing. You're already failing. If you're not capitalizing on LinkedIn, which the organic reach on LinkedIn is ridiculous, and the content that you put on LinkedIn, specifically video, is crushing it right now on LinkedIn. I put a video on Facebook, it might get 300, 400, maybe 1,000 views. I put it on LinkedIn, almost every single one of my people see it. So I repurpose content into smaller videos and then post it on the different social media programs. They see it. And LinkedIn, like I said before, isn't where they're posting duck lip selfies. And like, I went to Walmart today. Nobody's doing that. It's business professionals, B2B, B2C. And if you're not capitalizing on LinkedIn, you're already behind. Most of my speaking engagements and the people that I work with come from LinkedIn. So, first strategy. I'm going to hit this hard. If you go to LinkedIn and you go to the search bar, remember what I said before, who are you speaking to and where do they hang out? Well, who do I need to speak to? Who are the decision makers that will book you to speak? Who are the decision makers? If you go to high schools, it's principals. If you go to college, it's department heads, deans of a department. You can go to, anybody want to go to the college market, or should I just blow past this?
No.
Yes.
College? Cool. Okay, so there's associations called APCA, APCA, which is the Association for the Promotion of Campus Activities. There's NODA, which is the National Orientation and Directors Association. If you want to be an orientation speaker in the beginning of their college program, then you go to them and you go and basically apply and the whole thing. And then there's NACA, which is the National Association for Campus Activities. But if you want to go direct to college, just go to the Student Activity Center. Call up the Student Activity Center. Call up the dean of the department. If you're a business speaker, call up the business department. Who do I speak to? This is the only thing you say. Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm wondering who I need to speak to in order to get in touch with the person who books your speakers. That's it. Ever get an email from somebody? It's like, hey, I love this, and it's like 4 pages and a one sheet and some video and some other stuff. Delete. I automatically delete them. I have a radio show that I do, and I get probably 10 to 20 pitches a week, and most of them I just delete. Because at the end, I scroll all the way to the end, you know what it says? So-and-so-and-so publishing. I'm like, delete. All they're doing is taking 100 different shows and going copy-paste, 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 copy-paste. I'll do that. The reason I get booked, so I should start off with, last year in 2018, I was on 60 shows. Podcasts, Facebook Lives, like 60 shows. I spoke at 21 events. I mentored people to get 6 TEDx talks. So if you want to do a TEDx talk, I'll show you how. I mentored people to get 6 TEDx talks, 21 events. I worked with 11 people who built massive speaker businesses. And oh, by the way, I am full-time active duty military. I do this on the side. I do this on the side. So the whole, I don't have time, is just not an excuse, right? You say yes and you figure it out. And this is figuring it out. So with that said, you go to LinkedIn, go to the search bar. Who are the decision makers? I speak to a lot of associations. Consistently, over half, I'd probably say at least 3/4 of who I speak to are associations. And I get paid between $3,500 and $5,500 consistently without even a problem. Without even a problem. $3,500 to $5,500 all the time. Want to know the script?
Yes.
We're on the phone. Dan, you're the event planner. Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Horrible.
Horrible. Why is it going horrible?
Because I'm at work.
You're at work. Outstanding. Outstanding. Well, Dan, the reason for the call today is that I saw that you have a call for speakers out, and your event is coming up in the next 4 months. And I'm wondering what your booking process is.
You know what? I'm supposed to vet out the people and get bios, and we have a committee making a decision.
Awesome. Sounds great. So the committee making the decision, is there an ideal email address that I should send my bio? What is it that you require that I send? Bio, headshot, social media links? What would benefit you the most?
Yeah. You can go to our website. We have a link to apply, fill out the form.
Outstanding. Outstanding. So here's what I'm going to do. Dan, I'm going to go ahead and apply through your website, and then that dedicated email list, I'm going to go ahead and email just a confirmation that says, hey, I've applied, here's my phone number, here's my email address, here's my contact information, and then we'll go ahead and do that. Like, all right, cool, have a nice day,
right.
High five, we're off the phone. Let's say they're like, yeah, we'd love to book you, right? Let's say you're like, hey, we'd love to book you. Awesome. What's the number one question they're going to ask you?
What's your fee?
What's your fee? Here it is. Dan, I'm glad you asked. The conversation about my speaker fee starts at $5,500 up to a full day, inclusive. Shut the up. The first person to talk loses.
That's right.
The first person to talk loses. Don't say a word. I actually had a guy go like this. We're sitting there, literally. You're not going to talk, are you? No, I'm not. All right, let's negotiate. I'm like, let's do it. So he's like, you're really not going to talk. I'm like, I'm not. We sat there for like 3 minutes on the phone. Like, we're just like, we're just sitting there. So he says, okay, man, listen, we don't have a $5,500 speed. Like, we don't have a budget for that. I was like, all right, what's your budget? Well, we're looking at more like 25, 35. I got the $5,500. You want to know how? Here's what I told him. I said, okay, I understand your budget. I want to give you as much as I can, in the time that's allotted. So here's what I'll do, Dan. What I really want to do is I want to be the morning keynote session, or maybe the afternoon. One of the two. Love to do the morning. Love to set it off on a good pace. But what I'd love to do also is do a breakout session after lunch. So I'm willing for 5,500 to do a keynote and a breakout. I'll stay all day, and Dan, I'll get you coffee if you need coffee. I'll do video. I'll do some PR for you. I'll go to PR.com, put a press release on PR.com, and advertise your show, your event, your whatever, on the internet. I'll do promotion. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Okay, let's do that. I got booked for a keynote. I got booked for the breakout session. I did some marketing for them. And I even got him a bottle of water. And he paid me the $5,500, which he said he did not have the budget for. It's all about giving value. It's all about giving value. The whole message there is what's going to happen after. What's going to happen after? Right? Because when you come from a place of service, people want to work with you. When you make it stupid easy and a no-brainer for them to work with you, it's stupid to say no. Yes?
What's your question? You started to say go to the search bar at LinkedIn, and then you started talking about associations.
Yep.
Can you finish that? Can you finish that?
Absolutely.
Finish.
So the association that I was speaking to, I found them on LinkedIn.
And so
And
what did you type?
I went to the search bar and I typed in association director,
Wow.
association executive. And you know what came up? 3,000 people. Guess what I did? Friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request. And I friend requested 3,000 people.
Yep, brilliant.
But you know what I didn't do? Hey, brand new person that I just found on LinkedIn who you don't know who I am, book me. Which is what everybody does on Facebook Messenger. Anybody get a message? I see you're a coach. I have a program, product, and service that will benefit you. And you're just like, who are you? The know, like, and trust factor was not even cultivated. You have to cultivate the know, like, and trust factor.
What was that search again you said?
You also gave two, like the NODA and...
NODA is the National Orientation and Directors Association. APCA, APCA, is the Association for Promotion of Campus Activities.
Yeah, that didn't come
And then the NACA is the National Association for Campus Activities. So APCA is really cool.
Yeah.
Anybody do pay to play? Anybody know what pay to play is? So Cheryl has, excuse me. So she has, so you have an event right here. It costs $5,000 for the speakers to speak on your stage.
Yep.
That pays for all this stuff. That's pay to play. If everyone's like, well, you're going to buy stage time. Usually, here's how you know. If Jack Canfield's speaking somewhere, if Brian Walsh is speaking somewhere, if Tom Bilyeu from Impact Theory, great dude. If he's speaking somewhere, you bet the speakers paid for that stage time because they're too big. Tony Robbins doesn't let anybody on his stage. But if you pay $100,000, he'll let you on his stage. So there's a pay-to-play model where there's stages that you pay 5 and 6 and 10. I watched some guy pay $25,000 to speak on stage. But he closed $200K.
Hello.
Right? So to answer your question, you can search for anything on LinkedIn because right in the bar, it'll come up with like 3,000 people that are association directors. They pay you. You'll come up with college deans. Search college deans. Search your target market because you already have the message. Now you need to figure out who your market is. So if you want to speak to association, which is thousands of associations, you can actually go to the search bar and type in association director because they're the ones, association president, association director, association executive, they're the decision makers. Yes, ma'am.
So right now, as you're saying that, there's a whole lot of people that are in a doubt-do loop. And I just want to give you all a peek behind the curtain because I've installed software at 56 different professional associations. Their number one problem is finding qualified speakers.
Qualified.
They
Qualified.
have, most of them have at least one, if not 3 staff people. That is all they do is look for speakers.
And it's always a
So
committee.
if you're doubting, thinking that you don't want to make that call, go in your head and squish that little person right now, make the call.
100%. And there's usually a committee.
Exactly
Yeah,
how you
There's
said it.
usually a committee.
Yes, yes.
So how are they finding the speakers? If
Somebody
you're not
that-
reaching out to them, what are they going to speakers bureaus? Are they Googling?
They don't know.
Winging it.
They
So
ask,
here's what you do.
They'll ask employees, hey, have y'all
Yep.
ever been to a conference? Have you ever
100%.
heard of a speaker? And well, yeah, I liked her,
Who do you know?
so that's who. Yeah.
Who do you? They don't even
A lot
know.
of
They
them.
don't even know. The number one problem that speakers have, which I wrote a complete ebook guide for, that gets people booked the same day. I have a testimonial that somebody got booked the same day they got the book. Where do I find speaking engagements? You know what the number one problem event planners have?
Where do I find speakers?
Where do I find qualified speakers?
Yep.
It's binary.
Yep.
It's not mutually exclusive. They have the same issue. Because the problem is everybody's a motivational speaker and no message.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
number
that's-
one thing that I work with speakers on is what is your message?
yeah.
We spend weeks, and we spend weeks honing the message and honing the message because like, well, I can speak about everything, right? I can speak about everything. No, you can't. Because
You don't
I
have
would
to.
much rather be everything to someone than something to everybody. Right? Because a broken clock is right twice a day.
Nice, nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Unless you're on military time.
Unless you're on military time, then it's all broken. So, using LinkedIn, find your target market. Associations, right? Colleges, maybe it's nursing professionals. Do you know that there's 4 associations just dedicated to nurses? 4. My mom's been a nurse, owns her own company, and that's how I know about it. There's 4 associations. There's an association for everything. Here's what you do. You want to get booked at a ton of events? LinkedIn, search bar, certified meeting planner. Their sole job is to organize events and have their team book speakers. That's their whole job. It's in the job description. Certified meeting planner. Plan the meeting. Speakers. Right? So, again, LinkedIn, huge. Another LinkedIn that nobody is... Yeah,
Let's say you do you LinkedIn, you friend them.
sure. Okay, so, what's your name?
Dave.
Dave. Everybody say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
So Dave and I, we just met on LinkedIn. Awesome. I'm blowing up content about speaking because I know that you're a certified meeting planner, you're an association director, whatever. I speak at associations. Don't hide your badassery. Everybody's so afraid to post on LinkedIn and post on Facebook and Snapgram and InstaChat and whatever the hell they're called. And somebody will get that on the way home. And they don't capitalize on the badassery of who they are. So my content is I speak on resilience, leadership, team building, team performance, and business strategies, business positioning strategies. And then I put out content on those 4 topics 4 times a day. So 4 times a day, and then I'm creating 100 pieces of content right now. And you're seeing it, and you're watching it, and you're liking it, or maybe you comment. And then as I see you comment, and as I see you like, and don't think I'm not stalking your page, and I see like, oh, this guy's got an event coming up. And then I friend request you, right, a long time ago, maybe like a week or 2 ago or something like that, however the process takes. Then I see that you have a call for speakers coming out or you're an event planner. I just candidly message you, hey Dave, I saw that you're an association director for the underwater basket weaving. I would love to put on a snorkel and come talk at your event. What would serve your audience the most? Do you notice I've never once talked about myself in any of the communication between Dan and Dave? How can I serve your audience? What are you working on? What problems are you experiencing? It's you. It's always about them. It's always about the audience. The problem is that like I'm a speaker and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this and that's not going to get you booked because you're not coming from a place of service and you're not serving the audience. It's not about you. It's always about them.
Do you use Hootsuite, Content Cal, or
Yeah, I use
a
Hootsuite.
little bit?
Yeah. So, but for like Facebook Lives, I'll use LiveLeap and go everywhere. You know, repurpose content.
But as far as
that way.
like posting
But
content
posting,
daily, do you set up once a
100%.
month where you load it up and let it?
Every Sunday, I write my content for the entire week.
You do it weekly.
Every Sunday, I write my content for the entire week. I post at 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Because those are the times that people are waking up, taking lunch, going home, and going to bed. That's when they're mostly on their phone. They wake up in the morning, what do they do? Grab their phone. They go to lunch, they grab their phone. They're getting ready to go home for the day, they grab their phone. They're getting ready to go to bed, let me check one more time. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. They
What
check their
times
phone.
did you say?
8 a.m., noon,
4 p.m.
4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Because if you work backwards on Eastern time to Pacific time, it's 5 a.m. They're waking up. 8 a.m., they're probably just getting to work maybe, right? So if you, to answer your question, you're cultivating relationships by providing the content based on, because I'm not friend requesting like Zookeepers Association. Like, I want to look at the associations. Like, oh, yep. Oh, yep. Oh, ooh, resilient? That's me, right? So I'm friend requesting, cultivating relationships, and posting content relevant to that association. And I will tell you, they reach out to me like, hey, saw this one post, love that. Love the breakthrough post. Like I teach unconscious bias in the resilience program. I can get you booked. Because I get booked for that.
Okay.
I can get you booked. So I'll put out an unconscious bias. Right? I'll put a cognitive behavior post. Whatever, and then the associate director goes, oh my gosh, we're looking for a speaker who talks about that. I talk about that. Weird. Let's have a conversation. Let's jump on a call. Right? And then you start the process. But it's never about selling or closing. It's about what am I doing for you and how am I serving you? And how am I serving the audience? Right? Comes back to what problem do you solve? That's what it comes back to. What problem do you solve? So, another unknown, ridiculous strategy that gets me booked 9 times out of 10 is search hashtag call for speakers.
Brilliant.
Hashtag call for speakers on LinkedIn. Do you know why? Because I have certified meeting planner friends and I said, hey, certified meeting planner friend, what's your booking process? Go to hashtag call for speakers on LinkedIn. Hashtag call for speakers. How many events do you see?
Is that in like the search bar, or how do you?
In the search bar. In the search bar. Hashtag call for speakers.
No, I'm sorry, the internet's not available.
No, yeah, I got no internet.
I've got mine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's quite a, I mean,
Y'all,
there's a few.
you almost have like
Use your LinkedIn.
Walmart internet
Search bar.
on the phone.
Right in there.
How many events did you find?
Quite a few.
Hashtag.
Are you still scrolling through events?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's about
lots.
6 or 7.
There's a lot of events, right?
That's
This
a
is what I
lot.
got.
That's a lot of
That's
events.
our internet. We don't
Yeah.
have internet.
Turn your Wi-Fi off and go
That-
into
you still-
your
eight,
communications.
She's
You made a
counting
data
events.
plan.
There's like 10 events, 12, 13. Like, you can sit here all day, right? Everybody right now, stop what you're doing and go to Facebook.
Oh, well,
Everybody right now, go to Facebook on your app.
really want us to do that, really?
Yeah. Yes. Go to Facebook,
Yeah.
go to the search bar,
Mm-hmm.
type in hashtag call for speakers.
Okay.
Watch what happens. You'll see hundreds and hundreds of events. And then if you want to drill down, go to the posts and go to, instead of all, hit 2019, and you'll only see posts with call for speakers from this year. Or if you want to go 2018, 2019, you'll see the posts from people who are looking for speakers on Facebook or LinkedIn by drilling down on the hashtags that certified meeting planners are using.
Your name
Oh,
came
here's
up.
one.
My name came up? Weird! Weird! I bet you Daniel Gomez is everywhere. That's a speaker that I mentor, and he uses all
He's
this.
right there.
Daniel Gomez!
Daniel Gomez.
Daniel Gomez is everywhere because the people that I mentor. Hey, LaShawn, hey, you speak about unconscious bias?
Leadership.
I speak on leadership and unconscious bias. The one thing about leadership that everybody fails at is blah, 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 blah. You can use unconscious bias for blah, 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 blah. I would love to speak at an event. Hashtag call for speakers. Bottom of your post and hit send. Now someone's going to search call for speakers and go, well, she talks, I need a leadership speaker. I need an unconscious bias speaker. You're using the lingo and the jargon that the event planners are using. So check this out. Hashtag call for speakers. Hashtag call for presenters. Hashtag call for proposals. Because what are government contracts called?
Proposal.
Proposals! So you want to get into government contracting? Hashtag call for proposals. So I've been booked to speak through putting this ridiculously long proposal together, and somehow it magnificently worked. It's like the worst thing I've ever done in my life. So yeah, somebody told me, he's like, hey man, government contract. I'm like, yeah, okay, let me try that. Call for proposals. It works. So call for speakers, call for presenters, and call for proposals. Who wants automatic events to come into your email box tomorrow?
I'll take.
Who does not have a Gmail account?
Get
Awesome.
with the time.
Awesome. So here's what you're going to do right now. Go to the internet or write it down. Go to google.com/alerts. Google.com/alerts. If you do that right now, and you type in the quotes, because otherwise it comes up with a bunch of ridiculously posts and everything else. If you type in quote, call for speakers, listen to me, call for speakers in quotes, Google will search the entire internet database for that keyword and send it directly to your email. You don't have to search for events anymore because they're already in your email address. They're already in your inbox. Call for speakers, call for proposals, and call for presenters.
Good.
All come to your inbox.
Have you found you need to narrow that down?
Nope.
Date, year?
Nope.
You're not getting crap from 20 years ago?
Nope.
Internet
Because
posts.
Google only posts the relevant stuff.
Okay.
And then what you need to do is put your name in there. Set up your Google alerts. Put your name in quotes. Because I want to know when people are talking about me. Because then that's social proof and social credibility. And then what you want to do, so because I do resilience and unconscious bias part of resilience, your Google alert should be in quotes, unconscious bias speaker. And then another Google alert would be resilience conference. And then all of a sudden Google will scan for all of the resilience conferences and send them right to your inbox. I get hundreds of leads a day because in the email you'd be like, oh my, and it's all like resilience conference. I'm like resilience, like a lot of resilience conferences. Like Resilience Con is one of them, and they're always looking for resilience-based speakers, especially like resilient leadership. Always looking for speakers at Resilience Con.
When you put the, I've lost you at google.com alerts and then.
Yeah, and then hit enter, hit
Okay.
go. Yeah. So alert suggestions.
It also
create
gives
an
you
alert
the option
right in the
of
search
your
bar.
name in quotes.
Yep.
It gives you that option. Just click on that.
Yep, put it in quotes.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're telling Google, I want to know every single conference that has to do with resilience, leadership, whatever your topic is. Google is scanning for it. And it goes right to your inbox.
Why did I think at some point like Google alerts went away or they changed it or something like that?
No.
It changed, yeah, there was something. But
You code over there?
I'm not sure. However, I get booked a lot. Because all I do is I go into those, and you can even get a VA to do it. Like hire somebody for $20 a day or $20 a week or whatever. And be like, hey, whatever amount of time I can buy for $20 here, go through all these alerts and start booking me for speaking. I know people do that all the time. All the time. So your Google alerts are putting leads right into your inbox. And nobody is using it. I always ask people, like, do you have a Google alert? Who wants to do a TEDx talk?
Hello.
I do.
Awesome. Here's what you do. Inside of the Google alert, put TEDx, call for speakers. All the TEDx events that are coming out for call for speakers, did you know there's over 100,000 TEDx talks a year? Over 100,000 TEDx talks.
TEDx, this TED.
TED, and then big TED, and then little x.
Okay.
So you do TEDx, call for speakers, and then it'll funnel all of the TEDx events that are coming up right into your inbox. But if you want to do it manually, what you do is, here's the process. You go to TED.com, search for TEDx events in your area, or search for call for speakers on the TED website. Okay? And then what you do is you start applying according to the theme of that event. Every TEDx talk has a theme. So mine was building communities through innovation. And what I did was I said, I used resilience studies, fact-based positive psychology research studies in my talk that suggested that if you build a daily habit, you can't not be successful. It's automatic. You will be successful. Institute daily habits, whether it be a gratitude habit, whether it be, working out, exercising, whatever, every day, right, you have a habit, you're going to be successful. So if you get into the habit of, I'm a marketer who markets my speaker business, then you start seeing opportunities everywhere. I'm going to pick on every single one of you right for a second, and your head's going to explode. You ready? Say, oh yeah?
Yeah.
You all are speakers, correct? Or
Yes.
marketers who market your speaker business? And where are you? In Atlanta, right? Big city?
Yes.
In advance, how long did you know you were coming?
4 months.
4 months? Did anybody go to Google and go Atlanta call for speakers January 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? Did anybody try to get booked while you were here for an event? I do every single time. Because I know months in advance.
Are you booked here?
That one fell through. I was supposed to be booked on the 3rd. Couldn't get off of work. However,
Just curious.
in Chicago last year, I spoke at an event called the Power of We Symposium. And I was the MC for that event. And then I left that event at 4, and I went and spoke to the Tony Robbins Power Team at 6 p.m. And I was their last speech of the day. So I was at one event, called around, saw that they were booking for another speaker, and I was like, let's do this. So I went to 2 events in one day. If you're not calling high schools, colleges, Google like the Atlanta zip code, call for speakers + zip code. And it'll give you all of the events that are looking for speakers inside of that zip code, inside of that city. So wherever you're going to do a training, a speaking, wherever at, you absolutely need to be Googling that zip code and Googling that city and get booked at that city while you're here. Because then you double dip. So maybe somebody says, you know what, $1,500 is all I can pay you, and you already got another gig for $5,000.
Bonus.
Brilliant, right? It's utilizing the time that you're here. So they hold meetings here, yes? Did anybody go to the front desk and ask if they have a meeting scheduler or a sales associate they can talk to? Give a business card and say, hey, if you ever have a planner, come and talk to you or book you. Book this venue right here. Here's my business card. Call me if they need a speaker. Every place I go to, I give them a business card. Hey, I'm a speaker. My phone number is everything on it. What I'd love to do is if there's a planning meeting going on here, then I'd love to get booked. Here you go. I do that everywhere. Everywhere I go. Every convention center I ever speak to, I give it to the sales manager.
Because then they add value to their client when their client's going, hey, we have
100%.
an event we're working.
That's
Wow, that's
right.
brilliant.
100%. Everything that you need to ask yourself is for what? For what? Why would I give that sales associate a business card? For what? So I can get booked. For what? So it's a lead generation strategy so I can get booked. So for what? And just keep asking yourself that. For what? Why would I do that? For what? Everything has to lead to something else. For example, does anybody here, after you're done speaking, get their mailing address and then mail them a thank you card with a business card in it? I got booked for an association in October. I got booked in December. I spoke in November. I got booked in December. She goes, you're the only speaker that we've ever had that gave us a thank you card.
That's right.
We want to have you back.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't
let's
that
do
crazy?
it. Let's do it.
It's crazy.
And it wasn't over email. It's old school postal
Yep.
mail. Nobody. The only thing you get
Right.
postal mail now is a bill.
100%.
And they're like, holy crap.
Here's what blew them away. I got a picture with the event planner who hired me, and I printed the picture and then emailed it to them. Or not emailed, but snail mailed it to them. Inside the thank you card, I put the picture that we took together. And I gave it to them with a business card. They called me up and they're like, got your card. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They're like, you're the only person who've ever done this.
Business etiquette.
No one's ever done this before.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's awesome. I'm glad that you like that. They're like, we want to book you for next year. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yes.
And she's like, would you want to do the same fee? I'm like, $3,500, let's do it. She goes, sign over the contract. I sent the contract, she signed it back same day, half deposit. All because I sent a thank you card with a picture that I took with the event planner. It's these little things that people forget and they don't do them. That goes a long way because they're going to remember you. Right? Because you're creating relationships and you're building a bond. I hate the speakers that come in, speak, collect their check, and roll out. I gotta catch a plane. I'm there all day. I want to meet you people. I want to hang out. I want to see what's up with the audience.
Touch
Right?
the humans.
I don't want to touch humans.
Touch the
But
humans.
I don't want to go to jail. but I want to engage. I want to interact. I want to become omnipresent. I want to become top of mind. That's what I want. Yes.
Sean, this is where I need help with this. 'Cause
Okay,
speaking-
let's do it.
You know, I mean, I've done pretty well with seminars and stuff like that on my own, and with the Simcoe. But when it comes to public speaking, I walk up the stage feeling a bit empty. And I tell you, there was a company flew me from Atlanta to somewhere in California. I spent there 2 hours. They paid me crazy money, but I walked up the stage and I felt empty because it was 1 hour, and I didn't feel any relationship or anything. And I'm how do you get over that? Because I love seminars. I love it.
Just pass the lead to me.
So can we do something?
I can help you with that.
Can we do something real quick?
I felt empty, and it's like I felt like it wasn't even.
You just lectured. Can we do something real quick?
Sure.
Awesome. I want to give him some love. So what we're going to do is we're going to clap twice, snap once, and point at him and say, "You rock." Clap twice, snap once, point at him and say, "You rock." Ready? 1, 2, 3. You rock.
That's what my mama said.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
How do you feel?
Great.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Great.
How do you feel? We just interacted and combined energies and gave it to you.
But it comes
That's
back
why-
to the giver.
Right.
Comes back to the giver.
Comes back to the giver. That's why you feel empty. Because speakers come up, blah, 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 have a nice day, and then
Yeah,
leave.
everybody walks out.
Did you
Right.
interact with the audience?
I get standing ovations at big association conferences because I'm in the audience. I'll be like, "What is your name?"
Dan.
Dan? Nice to meet you, Dan. Everybody say hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
They cried. They got
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that one little audience engagement. I'm off the stage, and the event planner's going, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And I look right at him, I'm like, as I'm strutting through the audience, and they're just like this.
Well, you know
Oh my
what?
God, oh
That
my God, oh
is-
my God.
That's interesting because I feel even a physical barrier between me and an audience of 400 people.
Not me.
Why not walk among them and just?
I do.
Do you like more of the
I
training
do.
setting with the
Oh,
tables
oh,
and
yes,
all
I
of that?
do.
So that
This
might be that might be your.
If you ever look
or
at the-
smaller
if you
spot.
ever look at the
And I tell you,
talks-
I
We
felt like
talk,
something's
like
wrong
Kathy
because
said,
Right.
you know, your sweet spot is like 30 to 40 where you can talk and engage and all
Right.
of that. Keynote might not be your thing, but you can whistle all
So
the way to the
it
bank
also,
so that they
if
catch
you're doing a
up.
breakout session, you know how they have like long tables or like there's like desks or whatever, right? What you can do if there's like not like these, but like the regular like long tables, 6-foot tables, what you could do is in your breakout session, make a U out of the tables. It brings everybody together. The worst thing that you could ever do, and I'll here's some insider tip. I wasn't even gonna tell you this. The worst thing that I've ever done is walk on stage and there's a big aisle like right here.
Yeah.
Dividing.
Everybody's divided. So I'll give those workers of the hotel, I'm like, "Hey man, here's $20 each. Can you move the chairs together and make 2 aisles on the end? Can you do that? Can you make 2 aisles? So one big one and then 2. Or can you make 3 independent ones? But there's no middle aisle. Because that's your stage. That's right. And then the same thing, if there's like a middle aisle like in front of a breakout session, I'm making the U's. I'm making so we're all sharing energy. That's the difference between people who just walk on stage, collect a paycheck, and leave, and those who are in it to win it, and those who are invested, and those who really have a passion for what we're doing. You see the difference.
So he's demonstrated several times physiology alone. You're making the group connect.
Yeah.
It's almost music. To me, unless you're at a stadium event where there's a huge disconnect,
Right.
even up to 3,000 people, the techniques he's using. The other one I would tell you is storytelling with humor. If everybody, all right, the rule is if in comedy, if 33% of the room laugh, you killed.
Yeah.
And so if you can do something that is a story you've told 1,000 times that's funny, that give the, you're doing it, you're demonstrating like crazy with the clapping. You've got to let the audience be part of it is all. But you're probably really good at what you do. You just have to find a way for us to participate in what you're doing versus
Right.
an all-day training where it's all, you know.
You ever notice that some of the call for speakers comes out and says we want a dynamic, engaging, interactive.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's
what they want.
nothing worse, and you know what I'm talking about. There's nothing worse. This guy gets up stage, he's like, so, and then that slide. Oh, there's a typo on the slide, and he's like talking to the slides.
Yeah, I hate
It is terrible. I'm like, they paid you? Why would they ever pay you? Right? So, I don't use slides. I really try not to use slides. It pained me to give a TEDx talk with some slides.
Do they make you?
Yes. I can't use slides. Or you have the podium speakers where they only stand right here next to the table and then they point at you and like they're all like robotic. It's terrible. Right? It's terrible. So I like to walk around the room. I like to give humor. Right? So let's wrap this up. Right? Let's wrap this up. So there's 3 things that I want you to answer every day. Every single day. This is going to give you the voice to reach out on social media, to reach out to different event planners, certified meeting professionals, certified meeting planners. Figure out who the decision makers are, okay? And reach out to them. Answer 3 questions. You ready? Say, oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
You see, what was your name?
Daryl.
Daryl. Nice to meet you, Daryl. Everybody say hi, Daryl.
Hi, Daryl. Who's your brother, Daryl?
Yeah.
You see what I did? Brought everybody in, right?
Yeah.
So here's what you're going to do. And then you say, are you ready to say, oh yeah? So everybody's paying attention. And that you know everybody's ready because you don't know if somebody's like, oh crap, my pen broke. Because if I have to say, everybody say, oh yeah, they're like, wait, I broke. I'm like, hold on a second. So it allows your audience to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 3 questions. If you can answer these every day in your coaching, as an author, as a speaker, as a business professional, this will give you the vision forward. Question number 1. What am I willing to do more of than anyone else?
Mm-hmm.
I do more engagement than any other speaker, unless you're Tony Robbins. I do more interaction than any other speaker. I do more engagement, I just do more. Okay? What am I willing to do more of? I'll do a breakout session and a keynote session at the same event just to get my feed. I'm giving more value. When I post on Facebook, people get mad at me. They're like, yo, you should be charging for that. Do you know how many times people tell me you should be charging for your post, man? Oh my God, that's an ebook. That's a checklist. That's a free gift. Oh my God, why are you not? Like, I give it away because you know what happens? Somebody likes it, someone comments it, and someone says, that's the guy. I need to see that guy. And then eventually, the more value I give, they're like, screw it, I'm working with him. I had a lady email me just a couple months ago. She's like, I want to book you for your event. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I applied 2 years ago. You know what she told me? Yeah, there's no way in hell I was hiring you 2 years ago. You had no marketing materials. You had no message. You had no, and it's everything that I know that I work with speakers on. She says you had no message. Your website was crazy. I didn't know what you talked about. You had no pamphlets, products, programs, service. You had nothing to offer. Interesting. So then I got to work. Programs, products, services, all this other stuff, and then she booked me. 2 years ago, I wanted to really speak at this conference. This year, I'm speaking at that conference. Pumped. Because I grew, I looked at what the event planners needed, and I gave them what they wanted. Somebody said it earlier, I gave them what they wanted. Right? Second question, what are you willing to do differently? I walk off stage and meeting planners are like, no, oh God, no. Because they don't know what's going to happen. The clap, snap, right? That's different. That's different. Having different closes like, so as I close, which doesn't mean much, but it gives you hope that I'm almost done. You know, and everybody's like, oh my God, it kills. 100% of the time it kills. Gives you hope that I'm almost done. Some speakers are like, that's too gimmicky. I'm like, tell that to my bank account.
That's right.
Shut up. Tell that to my bank account. But it gives them something different. It's like, oh, but how many speakers have you watched go, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and thank you for hiring me, and then leave the stage. And like, wait, he's done? Wait, you're priming the audience. You're walking your audience through the entire session.
Yes.
Right? My second main point, my third main point, as I close, like, oh, he's almost done. What time is it? Oh, shit. He's almost done. Right? What time is it?
Pizza time, apparently.
12:08?
12:07.
12:07? I got 5 minutes. Okay. So, as I close, right, you hit your close. All right, you get to laugh, and you're like, so you leave them high, because you're making them laugh, right? And then you hit them with, if you'd like to follow up with me, I'll be in the back, or I'll be up front. Would love to talk with you. Mm-hmm. And remember, the hashtag of this talk was get booked to speak. So if you enjoyed this talk, type in hashtag get booked to speak inside of all your social media programs. You know why? So I'm going to go search that
Later.
hashtag,
Yeah.
and interact with them. I'm building relationships with them through social media. And then eventually I'll pull 1 or 2 or 3 out, and they'll say, I gotta work with you. I've always wanted to be a speaker. I don't know how many times I get that. I really wanted to be a speaker. I just haven't done it. I'm like, let's do it. And I'm the same price as you, which makes me super happy because I feel like you're farther down the course than me. I think I feel that about everybody. So I'm like, man, they're doing so well. 497? Yeah. I about exploded. I was like, yes! So I was like, am I priced correctly? That's correct. I don't care. Right? So my whole plan is to work myself out of a job. I want to give you all the tools to succeed so that you don't need me. That's my plan. I want to work myself out of the job. 37% of my business is based on referrals. If you book me to speak somewhere for like $5,000, I'll give you $1,000. If you refer a client to me who wants to become a speaker, I give you $100. You see what I'm saying? 37% of my business is based on referrals. If I do a really great job here, she might refer me somewhere. If one of you's like, I know somebody who he needs to speak for, you'll refer me. Referrals will get you booked over everything else.
Yes.
Number
Yes.
one. Because the know, like, and trust factor is automatically there. 100% automatically there. The know, like, and trust factor is based on those referrals. Dan and I have a mutual friend. He was talking about him earlier. We have a mutual friend. All of a sudden, we have a connection. It's like, oh my gosh, like, we need to talk more. Right? You talk about unconscious bias. I have an unconscious bias. Talk about resilience. Like, we need to talk. Like, these things that you find out about the audience members that you can connect with them later on a break, during lunch. But it's all about building relationships. And you do that by posting relevant content consistently different than everybody else. Again, different. I give a thank you card, which you'll get.
Smart.
Surprise. I will mail a thank you card to those who book me with a business card inside so that you remember, and my face is on my business card.
Yes.
Right? And then what's different is I give event aftercare. I tell everybody that I talk to, if you want to follow up with me, here's how you do it. If you want the speaker ebook, here's how you do it. If you want the whatever, here's how you do it. And I'll leave it at that. Hate selling from the stage. Feels weird. The third thing that you must answer, have to, and this is where I'm going to close, have to answer this. How will I connect? How will I connect with my talk? What do? Right? Clap, snap, we connected. We shared energy. We connected because I know things about you now. We connected. I brought this room over to this room, but I sang, hi Dan, hi Dave, hi Daryl. And now I'm going to know their names. And so are you. You're going to know their names too. So I brought this side of the room over here and this side of the room over here. If I ask what your name is, what your name is. It's strategic. I want to bring the rooms together. How will I connect during my talk? How will I connect on the phone? How will I connect on text message, email, YouTube, Google, all the social media platforms? How am I connecting? I post 4 times a day and I create 100 pieces of content because I have a radio show. That radio show is broken down into smaller pieces of content and then repurposed into video on YouTube, which is the second largest search engine on the internet. Google being number 1. Weird, they own each other. If you're not building a YouTube, putting videos and relevant content on there, and cross-promoting platforms, you're way behind. If you're not Google segmentation, pre-roll video ads for those that are searching on Google for speakers or different things that you coach about, unconscious bias, and you make an unconscious bias video about your brilliance, and then pre-roll ad it on YouTube, they've searched it on Google, they then go to YouTube, they're going to follow, and then they get the pre-roll ad that you took out prior to the video, whatever the video they're going to watch. Google segmentation, YouTube pre-roll ads are massive right now. And so is LinkedIn video. 80% of content consumption is done through video. Proven.
Yeah.
Proven. 80% of content consumption is done through video. If you're not doing Facebook Lives, Instagram TV, podcasts, video podcasts, if you're not capitalizing on video, you're way behind. Yes.
You've used that term pre-roll videos.
You ever got a YouTube? You ever watch a YouTube video?
Yeah.
You know the video that plays before the video?
Right.
It says skip ad?
Right.
Yep, those are pre-rolls.
You have to pay to get those though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And so if you have over a certain amount, I think it's like 1,000 or 10,000 or something like that, certain like subscribers like on your YouTube profile, then you actually get paid if they click on it and they buy it. And like you get paid, YouTube pays you. You know the guys who do like all the video games and stuff? and they have all these
Streamers.
ads and stuff like that. They're streaming the video games. Those guys are getting paid. Those guys are getting paid. 100,000 views, they're getting paid because everybody's clicking on those ads or they're doing whatever engaging and they're making money because they're letting people take ads out on their videos.
Okay. And there's instructions online on how to.
100%.
Okay.
Just Google.
Google it.
Just Google.
Thank you.
Google segmentation pre-roll YouTube videos.
Segmentation.
Yep. Google. Google the Google. Google.
Segmentation.
Google segmentation
Pre-roll.
pre-roll video or YouTube ads. Yeah. YouTube ads. Or you can say YouTube video, whatever. It's all the same stuff, right?
Cool.
So you're capitalizing and retargeting. Everybody have a website? Raise your hand. Who has a website? Keep your hands up if you have a Facebook Pixel installed. Everybody's looking at me weird. Okay, I'm going to close with this one and then we're going to eat. Facebook Pixel. Facebook profile is your family, friends, or whatever. Facebook page is a fan page, a business page, something you create separate than your actual profile. On your Facebook page, you can take a Facebook Pixel and install it onto your website. If I put thesuccesscore.com on Facebook and they click on it, they are pixeled, which means that I can then take Facebook ads out against the people who have been pixeled on Facebook. So if you go to my website, I'm taking an ad against you. Hey, I'm a speaker mentor, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. You're seeing it. I'm taking Facebook ads out on those that have already come to my website because they're not cold traffic no more, they're warm traffic. So why are you not capitalizing on the people who have already gone to your website? Event planners, other speakers. I check out my competition. I don't listen to them, but I check them out, see what their stuff looks like.
So Sean, does that mean that I have to click on your Facebook pixel or just the
Nope.
fact that I'm on your site?
The fact that you're on my site from Facebook, you've already been pixeled because it's installed on my website. So what I do is I go to my ads manager, I take out a $200 Facebook ad, put a video in there because 80% of content is consumed through video. And then what I do is I take out an ad saying, book me to speak, would love to mentor you as a speaker. Some video would be like, have you ever wanted to, I don't know, have you ever wanted to inspire people to do great big things? Well, as a speaker, you can do that and have this like emotional like story, right? So if you have an emotional story, put it in video and then run an ad to those people who have already gone to your website. That's what the Facebook Pixel will do. You've been pixelated, and so we know that you've gone to my website. I'm taking an ad against you. Nobody else. You're my target market. It could be 200, it could be 300, however many people. So if you don't have the Facebook Pixel installed, do it today.
And I would assume you can do that with Instagram as well, because they have certain things set up.
I'm not on that platform.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not too sure.
Version of that in Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. So if there's any other questions, I'd love to answer them during lunch. But I want to thank you for your time, for your energy. Hopefully I was successful in bringing some tips and strategies to you. And I want to thank everybody for your time and energy. Thank you. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I didn't want to miss your program, but so everyone, it was funny. I had as ordered.